Hi guys, I'm Heather and welcome back to my channel that I have not been on in quite some time. I was doing a decluttering series and I'm still gonna finish. I didn't stop. I haven't decluttered without filming it, but I just got busy. I think the last time I posted something, it was in November, mid-November, and I had talked about in that video, if you saw it, some issues with my neighborhood. And if you didn't see it, basically a couple bought the house across the street from me with the intention of turning it from a residential lot into a commercial lot and opening a wedding venue. On top of being other things like an after-school arts program for students that they kind of got roped into when they offered to repave the high school that's directly behind its parking lot in lieu of renting their parking lot for a year to have parking for their venue, on top of allowing students from that high school to come over for after-school programs. And I guess generally things like corporate events and other rented out events. So there was a public hearing back in October with the Land Use Division. And the Land Use Division is the ones that decide about rezoning. And in that meeting, they were rejected. However, they were allowed to appeal, and that appeal would go to the city council. Well, feels like the city council sees some personal benefit in this because it's not good for the neighborhood, but they don't really care. And they approved this. And I said at the first city council meeting, not city council meeting, the land use division meeting, that I did not want to live across the street from this sort of venue, and I meant it. So now that it's happening, my goal is to move. So a lot of what I'm going to do on this channel in the future is centered towards that this year, because I want to be out by the time this venue happens. And they said they believe that it's going to be April of 2020. I don't believe that. I think they're not accounting for the various issues that would come into play when renovating something, specifically renovating an older house. I'm not sure how old that particular house is, but my house was built in 1904, I believe, 1903, 1904, something like that. So it's like almost 120 years old, and I know for a fact that that house had not been updated in a long time. So when the previous owner died, the estate pretty much did an estate sale, and I actually went into this house, and the floors and the staircase are really nice, like really, really nice. But the rest of the house was trash. I mean, whatever money that they spent updating was not spent on anything but those floors. There were holes in the ceiling, like stuff was crumbling on the walls. Like it really was not that good. They had at some point redone the kitchen, but even that was kind of outdated at this point, because it would have been almost 30 years ago, I think, that they would have moved in and renovated anything. So there's a lot of work that has to be done on that house, and I'm not entirely sure these people are prepared for it. They don't really know how to handle the massive yard work that they have to do. I mean, it really does require a riding lawnmower and probably a lawn service for leaves. They were out there raking leaves the other day and got like one little section done. Even with this thing, I guess, that sucks up leaves into a trash can rather than having to physically bag them yourself. Like, they only got one tiny little section done. So I think they're not anticipating how much work this is going to be, but I'm anticipating that it's going to add several months onto it. So I'm kind of guessing a year and a half before they could be possibly operational as a business. Now, that's not saying that they'll have any business or a lot of business right away, but still, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to be angry every single time, so I'm not going to live here for that. So, like I said, my goal is to move. And with that will come a lot of decluttering. I still have to finish my makeup decluttering. And in fact, I might actually go through it a second time and be a little bit more brutal. I don't know. It'll be later in the year, not now. But I also have plans to restart a Project Pan and try to move out some of the products that I just know that I'm not going to want to take with me, even if I didn't get rid of them in decluttering. And I also want to do like kind of a use it or lose it kind of thing. I know that's not super creative. I'm sure someone else has done that as a title, but it's pretty generic, I think. So I don't think it's really kind of stepping on anyone's toes to use that as a title, I guess. With all the skincare, hair care, whatever stuff that I have as well. And then I'll probably add other decluttering in too. I'm drinking coffee, I've got a PlayStation mug. I'm in a different location because it's been raining consistently lately. And this is the only room right now that has any decent light. It's not great light, but it's decent. And so you can see all my pops. I have them all on one shelf, but they're like 3 deep. So I have a lot of pops. I have a problem. I've talked about my collector problem before, and I mean, you can kind of see some of it. I've got my Lucky Cat and my Halloween Shookie from not this past year, but the year before, 2018. Right there. But so I'm hoping to really make use of this channel. I want to get back into this. I've kind of missed it, but it's been really awkward to try to go back. For me, I don't know how it is for everyone else. I find talking to the camera really, really awkward. And I get used to it if I do it more, but even if I just stop for a little bit, then I get like really awkward about it. I was never very good in the first place. So I'm gonna try. I got myself a new Happy Light, so that's worked in the past. Hopefully it'll work again. And I've got 2 other channels that I posted on some last year, but kind of fell off as well. I have like kind of a bookish sort of channel, but it's not just books, it's like books and K-pop and music and whatever else I feel like in that sort of genre. And then I have a channel where I play games. Thus far, I think it's only been The Sims, and both or whatever series I had there kind of died when my game started crapping out. But it seemed like I was having some like hard drive space issues, because not only do I collect things in real life, but also on my computer. So I need to clean out my hard drive so I can actually save the videos and not have the programs run terribly. But I want to get back into those too, so I will link those down below as well if you're interested in either of those, or like a different kind of thing that I am interested in, I guess. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I don't really think so. I think that's about it. So I am actually going to be filming my video for my Use It or Lose It. I have not decided on my Project Pan stuff. That'll probably start in February. And then I've got some more stuff to do for my other channels too. So hopefully I will not fall off this. I will get back on the declutter thing. I think it was the liquid lipsticks that I was supposed to do. So I'll probably get that done sometime this month and then tackle the big stuff, which is just lipsticks and then eyeshadow stuff. And then just like the randomness on the dresser or the vanity or whatever. I can't speak. Like I said, I feel awkward. It's awkward, but hopefully we'll work through it. So that's it for now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.